And I think what really made me do that was because when I went to when I started going to college, I just went to college and I was like asking myself, damn, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Because I just went to whatever college my parents kind of recommended
Right.
and whatever college accepted me into.
Right.
And so I think my mom wanted me to go to this particular college up in Pueblo because of the fact that, another brother that was a little bit older than me that was a friend of the family went there. So
Okay.
she felt I would have some sort of a mentor.
Right.
And that was her whole reason behind it. But he wasn't that great of a mentor,
Right.
So I think I was just kind of out there by myself. And that's when I really had to figure a lot of things out for myself because I was really isolated. I wasn't with my mom. I wasn't with my dad, where they were very controlling, and I wouldn't even say controlling. They just, they kind of laid the land for me and said, "Look, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do," and they were real strict on that. And so when I was kind of free of that, and I had to make my own decisions, that's when I really had to really ask myself, okay, what is it that you really want to do? How do you want to spend your free time? How do you want to spend, the time that you have and your priorities? How are you going to, really scale that out? Like, how are you going to spend each day? Because I could have spent it smoking weed. I could have spent it going to parties, going to fucking girls. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever it is that I felt like doing in the moment, whatever I desired to do. But I think I started to really ask myself that bigger question, like, okay, what's going to happen in a couple years? What's going to happen in 5 years? What's going to happen in 10 years? What's going to happen when I die? And what are people going to say about me? And so that's when I started to really get that full scope of like, okay, we only got one life, and this is my life, and I'm the only person that really controls my decision making on a day-to-day basis, and my decision making on a day-to-day basis is going to create my life. So what do I want my life to look like, and what kind of life do I want to live? And that's kind of when I really started to come into that mindset and really started to grow as a person. And so nobody really put me on that. Like, I feel like people tried, but I was just so hard-headed that I wasn't listening to nobody. I kind of did what I wanted to do every day, and I felt good doing that because, man, like a lot of people say, like, I really miss being a kid. Just waking up and not having anything specific in mind, not having a specific agenda, but whatever the day brings, I'm with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going for whatever feels good. And so, like, as a kid, I was like always getting in trouble, always being bad, just always doing whatever it is that I wanted to do, whether it was, just not skip class, do some dumb shit, or just do good in school, like whatever it is I wanted to do. Like, my I was a crazy kid, man, because I always did good in class, but then I would always be in trouble. So I think, yeah, man, I really had to step into that on my own and take my own initiative to kind of come into that mindset. Nobody could really force me or put me onto it because I was so hard headed, and I wasn't really listening to nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a that's a beautiful epiphany, man.